Hello everybody, welcome to the table. Today we're checking out a utility knife, and this one is coming to us from MILSPIN. So if you've never heard of MILSPIN before, they are a US based company, manufacture things here in the United States, and most of their stuff tends to be firearm related accessories, things for Glocks and things like that. But what they came out with is this right here. This is a utility knife, and so it's designed to hang on your keychain, and they call this the Magnus, the MILSPIN Magnus. Oh yeah, and as an addendum to this video, the main reason why I'm even making this video is, I bought this knife months ago, and I forgot to make a video on it then, but they recently sent out from MILSPIN, they sent out a marketing email, and they were offering people who were willing to make a YouTube video on some of their products a $50 gift card, and just for making a YouTube video to advertise what they have for sale. And now, mind you, I'm not making this video for the purposes of earning that $50 gift card, but it did remind me, like, hey, I actually don't think I ever made a video on this little utility knife, so why not do that now and take care of that? So good job for MILSPIN at creating this product. This is not for the purposes of your $50 gift card promotion, but nonetheless, I wanted to share my thoughts and experiences with your product. So that being said, just in full transparency, be aware of that. And you can tell by, of course, this shiny texture. This is a solid brass tool right here and a sliding mechanism to open and close it. So very simple design, very robust. And it's nice to see items that are, in fact, manufactured here in the United States. So a nice, simple item. I like seeing all of these mill marks on the brass, like inside the body there. You can see some of the milling marks that are present. So I like seeing things like that. Again, just shows you how it was manufactured. The texture on the outside, kind of nice to look at. Very pretty. And I actually bought this several months ago. So like back in September, they had a sale. I picked one up, and I've had it on my desk, and I've been using it for unboxings and things like that since then. And so you can see the brass has kind of started to form a nice little finish on there, patina, I guess you could call that. But again, brass and copper, metals like that, once they're exposed to air, they will start to do that to you, and that just adds to the character of the design. So pretty cool overall. Nice big keychain / lanyard hole here on the back, so you can carry this any number of ways, and that's going to be useful for some. And again, if you carry this knife and use it and beat it on a daily basis, again, it's super robust. I can't imagine this thing ever breaking because of how thick it is and how solid the design is. Very few moving parts. We basically have the slide, the body, and a spring in there, and that's really it. So in order to change the blade, I'll show you how to do that right now. It's fairly simple. You do need a Phillips head screwdriver, so you can just unscrew the Phillips head screw on the back. Take that out, and now once you press down and push, the whole mechanism will come out of the handle. So we'll take it out. And you'll notice the blade is held in by a single spring right here. So the spring is what gives you that action on the handle to open and close the knife. And there's also this little rectangular cutout that is there, and that is actually what holds the blade in its location. So here comes really the main negative of this knife, if I had to say there was one. You can check out this utility blade right here. Has this rectangular hole that's required for use with this tool, and I don't have any other utility blades in my house that have this particular cutout, so it must be kind of a rarity. I do appreciate, looking at the blade, they chose a utility blade made in the USA as well, so this is an entirely US-made tool in my hands. But this is not going to be a common blade you're going to pick up at your Home Depot, your Lowe's, or whatever. At least I have not seen any blades that use this same cutout as well. But in order to reinstall the blade, we just put that right back on there. We make sure that the blade is fitting into that brass cutout, and then we will slide that back into the handle. There we go. Takes a little bit of finagling on camera, but once this is back in place, we can put the screw back in. There we go. I just tighten it until it is as tight as it goes, and we are back in business. So you'll notice on the back on the slide here, there are two different lock open positions. Right now it's in the fully exposed position, and there's also another locking point right here where you don't get quite as much blade exposed. Maybe for opening a package and you're worried about damaging the contents inside, you could use this position, but it's there as an option for you, which is nice. You'll notice in the fully open position, we're only getting about 3/4 of an inch of cutting edge right there. So even though the actual utility blade is much longer, we're only getting a little bit of exposed edge. And of course, once this portion gets dull, you can replace the blade or just flip it over and get more life out of the tool. So being a brass tool, like I said, very heavy. So compared to anything else you carry on your keychain, it's probably going to be heavier than it. And they advertise on the MILSPIN website, they say this thing weighs 1.3 ounces, and I'm pretty sure that is a typo, because when we put it on the scale, this is coming in at 3.5 ounces, so 3.58 ounces. So I'm not sure where they got 1.3 ounces from, but just looking at the size of the tool, we know this solid brass item, there's no way this is going to be 1 ounce. So it's definitely a heavyweight keychain item for what it is. But with that weight comes robustness and durability. So if that's something you value over lightweight, then by all means pick this up. They do sell this item here on Amazon, about the $30-ish price point. Sometimes they have coupons, sometimes they don't. They also sell it directly on the MILSPIN website for a little bit more than that. But again, these are just my observations, and it's happily served me here, right here on my desk. It literally just sits right off of the camera, and I've used it to open packages and boxes and things like that. So no issues there, of course. But for a utility blade, a box cutter, made in the USA, I don't think you can do a whole lot better than this one right here, especially if you are really looking out for the keychain form factor. So if you have any questions about the MILSPIN Magnus, feel free to drop a comment below. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you have a knife day. See you later.